Good news! I thought you were going to do it.
We're back!
Well, was that a kind of good harmony?
I don't know. We gotta ate that up. I gotta ate it up a little bit. Woot woot!
Hotties!
Hotties unite! Wait, we have to do the pledge first.
Oh my god.
We have to do our oath before we eat.
Yeah, and we definitely know this oath.
Yeah. We're not at all pulling it up.
Just give me a minute.
Just
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I solemnly swear.
You solemnly swear? Okay. Take two. Okay.
I solemnly swear to romanticize my life, charge a premium for my energy, and never lower my standards, unless it's for a discount on designer.
I will say no, like it's a full-time job.
Hype myself up like I'm my own PR team. And remember that being a hottie is a mindset, not a measurement.
In hotness we trust.
In mediocrity. In mediocrity. Mediocrity.
We dust.
We dust. Hey.
Hey.
Amen.
Amen. Okay. Amen. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, sorry. You've been practicing and I can tell. I'm so proud of you. Because honestly, same.
Hey, you're really good.
Hey. We're really good. Look at us being
really
fully
are.
prepared.
Hey, did it take us 30 minutes to set all this up?
Hey, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But guess what? Watch your mouth.
And you know what? Y'all are worth it.
Hey, guess what? I have a gun.
Hey, and I have a bomb.
We're the send-em, Sean. Also,
So nobody look at me the wrong way.
if you weren't aware, we're eating. So this is going to be a mukbang in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? Because we can.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on, and that's where I'm going to start. Because
Okay.
I sat in line for 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, you
Not
told me that
even.
you wanted to tell me about your Taco Bell experience.
I'm pretty sure I sat in line for a good 20 minutes. Not about 20 minutes. And I pulled up to Taco Bell. I was like, you know what? The long was line. The long was line.
The long was line.
The line was long. There were like 7 cars.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, no. I'm hot. But yeah, I was like, hey, I'm not standing in that line. I'm not sitting.
No.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna be like, hey, I got a mobile order. Give me my food.
Period.
I pull on the door, it's locked. I said, huh? Huh?
I was not prepared for this.
And I look at the cashier, sitting there, I'm like, hey. I'm like looking at her, I'm like, I have a gun.
It's
No.
giving I'm gnawing at the bars of my enclosure. It's like, let me out!
I literally was staring at it. I was like, hey. And she was like, holding a receipt. And I was like,
Okay, CVS.
I was like,
How was that receipt? How long? Was it she was holding a receipt? It's like Santa's bad
receipt.
list.
But I was
We're at
like,
the top.
I know you aren't. I know that paper's blank. Hey.
Hey, honey, you ain't reading nothing.
So then I was staring at her and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get back in my car. I'm going to get back in my car and I'm going to shut up. So I got back in my car and I got back in that line like a peasant. Like I'm not
Like
part
a
of the
lowly
Hotties podcast.
member, yeah, like a lowly member of society.
Exactly. So I get in line.
That's
And
gross for you, I guess.
This lady was taking.
Just kidding.
This lady was taking her time ordering her food. I was like, what are we doing? Are we ordering the menu? I had the window down and all. I was like.
Not you giving her snaps from 2 cars behind. Like, ma'am.
Hey,
I've never had to wait for anything in my entire life. Don't make me start today.
Hey, I'll go to your car and I'll shoot you.
Hey, if you wanted a fist fight in the parking lot and you were making sure I had open time on my schedule, weird way of doing it.
Hey.
But I'm down.
Hey, my pants are off. Hey.
Hey.
You want me?
Are you gonna fight me while my pants are gone?
You want me?
You want me?
You want me? But she's sitting there. It takes her a good 5 minutes to finish her order. And I'm sitting there staring. Like Miley Cyrus. And, so she finally moves. It's finally my turn after this car in front of me, obviously. So I pull up, and it's that robot. And it's like, do you have a code? I said, no. And it got silent. It was just, I said, no. And it said, what can I get started? Something like that.
Right.
And I was like,
I have
mobile
to
order.
help you today.
Mobile order. I was over it. I said, mobile order. Tyler.
Tyler.
And then finally got my food. The girl was taking her time getting the sweet tea out. And I'm like, I just pull out a lit cigarette.
An already lit. It's been lit for 12 years. I just pull
In
it
my
out
car.
when I need it.
It's
Okay?
laying on my seat next to me.
This is me here in my trauma cigarette.
Just
Reba's playing in the background.
sing along to the
Loves her kids and
never stops.
Yeah. But no, honestly, you bring up such a real point. Because, and I want to talk about this.
Okay, go
we can
ahead.
unpack this.
Yeah, I'll eat.
You eat your taco and I'll rant. So, getting into fights with automated voice systems on the phone, like, whenever I call a doctor's office, hey, I'm not one to talk to a robot. I've got the flu. I'm not feeling good. Why should I have to say 3 times that I feel like I have the flu before I talk to a real person just for them to let me know, oh no, she's busy. We can't take you today. Like I could have called a different office like 30 minutes ago, but I've literally typed in every symptom I have. And it's just like, you know, things just ain't like they were when we were kids. Like, it's like, my favorite one is whenever they're like, what's the account number? What is blah, 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 blah? And you go, I don't know it. Because here's the thing. There are some people out there who are a lot like me. I don't know my account number for a specific place right off the top of my head.
I don't.
I can't keep up with that. And so then before you know it, you're 5 minutes into fighting with a robot. To try to get in with the doctor because you have the flu. Robot says doc's too busy for you. And then you walk into the office to walk in. You're back in the back by 20 minutes.
Exactly. Taking out bad.
Robots.
Gun to your head.
Yeah.
I hate robots.
I hate robot. Like.
Did ChatGPT do a lot for me during college? Yeah.
And you know what? Cool.
You know what?
Whenever I was in college.
We didn't have
ChatGPT. All we had was Google. And the only rule was no Wikipedia.
I thought you were going to say no wicked. Hey.
Oh. No, I think I grew up in a very wicked pro time. But we can't go on another wicked
No, we
rant.
can't. We cannot.
But you can tell me about Ariana's new deluxe album. Give us the tea on that. Because usually I'm the one that has the info with the music. But this is your girl. This is your wheelhouse. Go ahead and educate me before I listen to it.
Okay. So, if you didn't know, Ariana released her deluxe album, Brighter Days. Go ahead.
And Ari, girl, I know you're listening.
Yeah, definitely.
She's tuning in right now.
Of course.
Biggest fan.
I love you.
He's your biggest fan.
Hey, you want me?
Hey, news is me letting her know. News is you're single.
News is, hey, reality check, you're single.
This just in, your relationship failed.
Hey, guess what? it's over.
Hey, and you know what?
You see
That's
him?
okay.
See him?
You see?
You see this guy?
You see? She's probably like, which one? Which guy in the room? And she's like looking at you like this.
This.
Which one's the guy?
They're both very handsome.
I love that one. Staring at the wall.
It's a portrait. Okay, back to the album.
Okay, so it's all her regular album, right?
Right.
And then it goes back to the intro,
Mm-hmm.
the extended version. And when I tell you, I was just like, oh, it's just the intro. How can I tell if I'm in the right relationship?
You'd be like, oh shit, intro, know every word.
And I'm like, what the freak? And then it like, a new verse. I said, and then I was like, hold on, because it's kind of 8. So then I always kept hearing about Hampstead. I kept seeing that. I clicked on that one next, crying. First 3 lines, crying. I paused it. I was like, hey, this was 11 o'clock last night. And I was sitting there, I was like, what? What? Hold on, because let me turn down the sound because I don't want to get demonetized. Hey, we're not even monetized.
Hey, well, yes, we are. He's lying.
Yeah, we're monetized.
And now to our first sponsor. Back.
And we're back.
And we're back. Okay, keep going.
Okay, so the first 3 lines. The first line is, I left my heart at a pub in Hampstead.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second is, and I misplaced my mind in a good way. Next is, threw away my reputation but saved us more heartache.
I want to unpack it.
When I tell you, I done research.
Right.
Okay, so I heard Ariana, hey, this is hearsay. Straight from the horse's mouth. Horse's mouth? Horse's mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll cut that. Straight from the horse's mouth. Okay, so, but yeah, her and Dalton apparently had a house in Hampstead, UK. Don't know if there's like states. Hey, I don't think they have states like we have Florida and Georgia. They don't have UK Florida. You know what? You're cooking. You're cooking.
Yeah, we're cooking with oil on that one.
I like butter.
Okay.
I think you're
Okay.
cooking with some water and salt.
I think we're brining something, but we're getting there. Okay, so like you said, there is no UK Florida.
Yeah, there's no UK Florida.
There is no UK Florida. That's just it.
But yeah, they had a house in Hampstead, UK.
Mm-hmm.
UK, okay. While they were forming Wicked. Hey, I can't speak.
Hey, we have a podcast and we can't talk.
Hey,
Hey.
you want me? You want me? But yeah, apparently that's where their relation.
That's where they lived.
That's where they lived. Yeah, they lived there though while they were filming Wicked.
Okay.
I'll
I'm with
speak
you.
like I'm proper.
It was there that they filmed the Wicked movie.
And there is where they ended their marriage.
The way I would live for that. I'd be like, yes, docuseries. Yes.
And you found what? Where?
A gun in the kitchen.
So
Yeah.
yeah. And then so I listened to the whole song. I was like, okay, Hampstead, based on their relationship, marriage ending,
Right.
where it did. And then the goodest part. Yeah, the goodest part.
The goodest part.
It says, I wonder why. What's wrong with a little bit of poison? Tell me. I'd rather feel everything than nothing every time. Fear me, stranger, a little bit of sugar danger. I'd rather be seen and alive than dying by your point of view. Yeah. Yeah. But like when I tell you, when she says "Fear me, stranger, a little bit of sugar danger," she's full chest singing that.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is so soft, and then she comes in, she's like, "Fam!" I'm like, but even if you have not seen the short film, watch the short film because it makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because while the short film is like basically this combination of music videos,
Right.
but it's telling a story within it.
Yeah.
So, spoiler alert. It is a older Peaches going to Brighter Days Incorporated, and she is going. Honestly, don't know why the hell there. She's there to look at memories.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically all I know. Because I was watching it at work. As one does. But they put her in this room, blah, blah, blah. It starts playing. The intro comes on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's these home videos of like her Nona, her mom, her dad.
Yeah.
And it starts off, it's like, how can I tell if I'm in the right relationship? And it's her mom and dad. And obviously they got a divorce. So I'm like, and they had a messy relationship. Hey, I don't want to spill her beans.
Oh my God, no.
Hey, it's already out there.
Hey.
Hey, I spilled it.
Hey. Ooh. Whoops.
But according to Ariana.
According to Ariana.
According to Ariana.
According to
The
Ariana.
divorce was messy. But they
Crikey.
they didn't get along for so long. And like
Yeah.
then it all just came to one point where they started, forming a real relationship because they wanted to be there for Ariana. So then, anyway, fast forward to the end of the short film because I want you to watch all of it.
Right.
Supernatural, you're going to scream. You're going to scream when Supernatural comes on because when I tell you that is the epitome of how you feel listening to that song. Anyway, the end of it is a doctor sitting at a pub. In what we can think as Hampstead, UK, not States.
Not UK, Florida.
Yeah, we can't have UK, Florida here.
No, not here.
But he has this bag that's sitting on there, and obviously it's moving. So you're
Right.
like, oh, it's a heart in a bag. And then the first line of, obviously, I left my heart in a pub in Hampstead. Yeah. So that's where it starts. The whole time during that song is this doctor putting back together his daughter. And it's literally like, it shows a newspaper, it flashes a newspaper, and it says doctor's daughter torn apart by, and it's like blank because the newspaper is kind of like cut off or something, so it doesn't show what it was by. And so you're like, oh, he's putting back together his daughter. So he's putting back together this, and it's like old Frankenstein,
Right.
like vintage movie, and he's putting her together. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And he's throwing stuff around. He's pissed. Hey, I'd be too.
Hey.
Fair.
Valid. You know what? Valid.
And I would be too if Ariana was laying on the table with me.
You want him? Hey, Ari.
You want me?
You want him?
Hey, is this gonna be an Ariana podcast? Yeah.
Hey, whenever Tyler's on, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, no, listen. The way you feel about Ariana, I feel like that's how I'm feeling when it comes to. So like, I'm that way about like. Wait, no. So.
Excuse me.
I was making sure that I wasn't cutting off what you were saying about Ariana whenever we got distracted, like tying it all back together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So at the end of it all, he puts her back together. You look at the end credits, and it's her dad that's playing the doctor. So it leaves you to think, like, obviously she was probably left broken after that divorce, and her dad put her back together.
Well, also, like, the symbolism of, like, going through your own hardships in a relationship, and then realizing one of the people you were the most mad at growing up, like, having to have some level of empathy for them afterwards, like, that's a whole thing. Because, I mean, listen,
speaks volume.
As someone who is divorced, after you go through that and you realize how many people around you have been through that, Reagan is calling me. Should we put her on the pod?
Yeah. Reagan, what?
Hello. Thank you for dialing in to the Hotties podcast. You're on the pod.
Oh my god!
I'm calling to tell you some news, Abby Palmer.
Ooh.
Shut up, no.
Is it news you want on the podcast?
Is it news allowed on the podcast or no?
No. Probably not.
Okay, back into recording mode. But yeah, you guys are on the pod. Say hello.
Hi, Hottie Podcast.
Okay, tell them your names.
Okay, I'm Reagan, Hottie number 1.
Hey.
Hey,
not number one.
Whoa.
No, y'all are the Hottie, like, supervisor.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Manager.
Yeah, government.
Literally.
Okay.
I'm calling in and I'm Hottie number 5. Exactly.
I love that. That's like a tribute to like Chanel number 5. I love it.
I'm Chanel number
Know
5.
your place, Harley Ann.
I love it.
Alright, well, I just wanted to call you and tell you that tip because I know that I was supposed to voice record everything, but I'm not going, so.
Okay.
And guess what? I'm watching Wicked for the first time ever.
Oh, yay tonight.
Yeah,
As you
we're
should.
in Grayson. We're gonna have a movie night.
You guys have so much fun.
Okay, well, y'all have fun doing the podcast.
Wait.
What?
Has Will released the cast list for...
Yes.
Am I on it?
No.
Thank God. Anyway, bye. Because I told him I'd do it, and then I was like, I don't wanna.
Oh, please, Tyler, please come do it. We need you so bad.
I told him, I was like, if you need me, put me on it. And he never
Okay, well.
said anything, so I was like, okay.
Okay, well, just show up Monday at 6.
Just walking.
Hey, I have practice for another show.
Damn, what are you doing now?
Plaza Suite. I'm waiter. I'm doing Plaza Suite. My character is literally, the name is Waiter.
Oh, period. To hello.
I don't even have a name.
It's
Wait,
funny.
you name him yourself. You make up his backstory.
Chad.
Chad.
I love that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go inside. I just wanted to call and tell y'all I love you.
We love you.
Bye. Love y'all.
Hotties Podcast.
Bye, Hotties
Bye.
podcast. Bye.
Bye.
After them losers are gone.
Right. Okay.
Now that the Uggos are... I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's a joke.
No.
I love them.
We love them. We love messing with them. Yeah, no, I adore those women. We talked about Reagan last week on the podcast.
No, week before last.
Yeah, week before last. Yeah. Ooh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And she's one of my best friends. And Harley Ann's a little hottie.
She okay.
She's a hottie minor. I'll say that.
She's a hottie in training.
She's a hottie in training, and we love her.
Mm-hmm.
We love her.
Me just devouring this power bowl.
I bodied that quesadilla, and there is footage.
Hey,
Play back that tape.
play back the roll.
Play back that roll. No, but okay, so the way that you are dissecting Ariana's album, I can't help it. It's an obsession at this point, and I will continue to keep everybody updated because it's so interesting to me. The Lively Baldoni case. Our first episode, you asked me what the hyperfixation was. It's still there, but it's because it just continuously gets worse. It gets worse every week.
What's going on this week?
So, okay, I don't think I really went into it in the first one, but this is what happened. So, it ends with us. Blake Lively files a case against Justin Baldoni and claims sexual harassment.
Oh.
And, right? Well, the thing is because of the Me Too movement, everyone was like, that poor woman. Yeah, but that only lasted for like maybe a blink, because he immediately fired back with his own lawsuit for defamation.
As he should.
Against her, I think it was like her husband, and the New York Times. Because the New York Times went on ahead and ran a story on it like the day after it was filed, but whenever they did, never mind, I'll get to that. So that happens. Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, he's nuts at his job. Like,
as I would be.
Yeah, like they came up with like, okay, so there was a point where Blake Lively like included text messages in her filings that were like listing all of the things and like proving. And so Friedman and Baldoni came up with this website where they posted all receipts. Like, in one part, she claimed that there was no intimacy coordinator on set for their scenes, that kind of stuff. And Baldoni had a receipt, text message of like, hey, the intimacy coordinator wants to meet us at this time. And on there, it's her declining to meet with the intimacy coordinator. She's like, we don't need one. I don't need one. I feel comfortable. I feel fine. Yeah, like one part she tried to say that someone on the crew like was trying to show her pornography, and then it comes out that the Blake Lively had asked about his like wife and like how she was doing after the baby, and it was a video of her like his wife giving birth, which I'll say it's kind of weird to show people that anyways. But yeah, then she tried to say in the filing that it was inappropriate. There are so many things that she keeps saying. Well, then the most recent one. So Ryan Reynolds gets in on it. So Ryan Reynolds has Deadpool. We know this. So in Deadpool, there's a character that he wrote in called Nice Pool. And he admitted in these court filings that he did base Nice Pool off of Justin Baldoni. And someone did this Reddit post. Let me pull it up. Because it was posted like 6 months before any of this happened. Okay, so it says, okay, I know a lot of the inside drama for It Ends With Us, and I just don't know who to share it with, so here we are. Obviously, you're going to share it with Reddit. If I had this kind of information, I would share it to Reddit. Okay, but it says, I'm obviously using a throwaway, but I know someone who worked on the movie for most of its run who would have gotten these details piping hot, not some grapevine situation. They told me firsthand what they know. I'll give bullet points. Keep in mind, this is 6 months before Blake Lively files. Supposedly, Blake felt that Justin made her uncomfortable on set. One instance in particular, they said, was Justin told Blake she looked, quote, sexy in what she was wearing on set. I don't know the context around it. Apparently, Justin wasn't happy with the original editor's cut of the movie, so he hired his own team to do this version, to do the version of the movie. Blake wanted to do her own version of the movie as a result, but Sony said no. I'm going to pause right there. That is true. There's technically 3 versions of It Ends With Us. Because there's like the original edit that the first editors made, there's Baldoni's cut, and then there's Lively's cut. So there's 3 different versions of the movie. Blake goes to Sony and threatens to go to the New York Times with a story that says Justin was sexually harassing her on set if they don't let her have her own version. So I'm going to take another pause there. So the New York Times did run this story. And it's crazy because that ties back into Taylor Swift. So I'll take a brief...
Tay-Tay?
Yeah, Tay-Tay. Excuse me. So I'll take a brief pause on that and let's talk about it. So there was a point in time back in September? Yeah, somewhere around September, I think, where Taylor Swift was photographed with one of the like top editors of the New York Times where she has pull. And so they're thinking that this is where Taylor Swift came in and started to help. Because there was also in the lawsuit, it mentioned that Baldoni filed, it mentioned that Taylor Swift had shown up to the Manhattan apartment while they were finishing up a meeting where Blake was pushing her version of the rooftop scene. Where she was like, I think we should do this version. I think it will make it more romantic. I think it'll make it this. And Baldoni was like, I don't, like, this movie's about domestic violence. Like, I don't, like, we're kind of missing the point. And then they said that Taylor Swift was there and she kind of intimidated him into going with Blake's version of it. And after that, Blake texted Baldoni and said, I have a bunch of dragons in the industry and they'll do what I want them to do and they'll blah, 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 blah. And Taylor Swift was one of the dragons. So anyways, the New York Times does come out, but they can't see where Blake met with anyone for the New York Times, but they can see Taylor. So Sony freaks out and says, okay, whatever you want. Justin is banned from the Sony lot. I don't think forever, just the run of the movie, but I could be wrong. Blake hires Taylor Swift's music video editors to do her version while she's filming in Italy for something. So she hires music video editors to edit this entire movie while she's filming something completely different in Italy. And then Blake has friends and family screening to get thoughts with a lot of A-listers. With a bunch of A-listers.
Y'all, when I tell you some A-lister.
So she has a family and friends screening. Everyone's like, this movie makes no sense. Like, no one likes it. So then Blake realizes she needs to hire an experienced film editor to fix it. Blake uses a Taylor Swift song in the movie that the studio loves having in there. Taylor Swift finds out that the original composer for the movie is someone she worked with in the past that was mean to her and says it's either me or him.
Me or her.
Exactly.
Me or her.
Very high school. Like, this woman looked at me wrong one time. Get her out of the building. So yeah, and then it says Sony fires that composer to keep the Taylor Swift song. So, I say all that to say this. Where we're at now with the filings, because Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds continue to say stupid things, it's getting worse and worse, to the point now like the judge is like, there's no way I'm letting you back out of this, because Ryan Reynolds has filed to be dismissed from the case, and he's like, listen, I was just trying to be a good husband. I was just trying to protect my wife. And then they said, but nice fool. And he said, yeah, and now his ego is upset. Like, now he's blah, 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 blah. Well, then Blake Lively files to be dismissed from the defamation case. And she admits in her own response, well, yeah, I was lying by omission. Lying by omission is not illegal. Like, he did say all of these things.
Isn't it illegal?
But what I'm saying. Like, she's literally like, they're done.
Is she trying to gaslight a judge?
Yes, that's absolutely, like, every time they fight, like, and like, they're not filing, like, these little itty bitty.
Mm-hmm.
They're these, like, big book, like, things where it's like, you think you're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no. And so, like, there are some people who have proposed that there's, like, a problem with the Me Too movement. And I feel like it's kind of a touchy subject.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I believe a lot of victims
Mm-hmm.
whenever they say, like, this happened to me. This is what I'm going through. This is how I'm dealing with it. And then there are some people who use it for evil like this. And so,
Blake Lively.
yeah. And so
Sorry,
it's
girl,
like,
don't sue us.
well, not only Blake Lively, but like Amber Heard
Oh.
kind of started it
Yeah.
with Johnny Depp, because we are so apt to believe women, and you should. If a woman comes to you and says, hey, this is what's happening to me, absolutely believe them.
Mm-hmm.
But also don't be shocked if you dive into it and you realize, okay, maybe there was more here than I realized. So yeah, it's an interesting case to keep reading on, because I feel like it's every 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
There's something new in it, and you think it can't get worse or more embarrassing, but it does.
That's embarrassing for her.
Yeah. Oh, and like, they've already tied in, like, the PR team, like, the company that was in charge of all of them. Justin Baldoni's direct manager, or PR lady or whatever, was leaving the company because apparently the owner is a nightmare. And, like, 3 days before her last day, the owner called her into the office, had, like, 2 or 3 police officers, a forensic evidence person, like, a bunch of crazy stuff, got all of the text off of her phone, locked her out of her business phone, and then that owner, the PR lady, Stephanie Jones is her name, released all of those to Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds so they could doctor the text messages to make them look a certain way. So even that, and she's been top in the PR for like a decade, like early 2000s, like Nicole Richie, Paris Hilton, like, yeah. And so, like, it's taking down a lot of people. One lie, because this entitled white woman decided, oh, I want to take over this movie. Girl.
Not even a blockbuster.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it'd be different if, like, this flew off the shelves, but there was all of the drama that has surrounded the movie.
Hey, it's not Wicked.
It's not one. Also, like, it's a movie that's supposed to be about domestic violence and ending the stigma, ending the cycle, making better decisions. I haven't even watched this freaking movie. I'm not kidding.
Either.
I've never, like, it's been on Netflix for months. I haven't watched it at all.
Read maybe half of the book.
I haven't even read the book.
I haven't even got to the domestic violence in the book.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know the intention with what it was written and the intention that went behind filming it. None of that was communicated. Even as someone who, like, which I don't really read much on domestic violence, like books, like those aren't really my thing, but like I still appreciate the community, and I'm like, I stand with you, I support you. These people did not do a good job.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Who wrote that book? Was it Colleen Hoover?
It was Colleen Hoover.
Because I was like, was it her?
Well, and she's been where?
Exactly.
She stood with Blake for like 5 minutes, and then More Truth came out, and then Colleen was like, bye. Yeah.
Do I like her books? Yeah. Hey, is she problematic? Probably. Hey, do I like her books? Yeah.
And you know what?
That's a burden I have to bear.
And you know what? That's fine.
We all have to.
Because so we can talk about books. We can talk about books. It's the fact that you pulled them up.
I have a whole library.
Ooh. Period. Okay, let's talk about it.
Okay.
So you and I read two different kinds of books, is what I'm seeing on that.
Probably.
So you're a very you're a romance book person, right?
No.
What are you?
I'm like psychological, like.
Oh, well then no, then we probably have a very
intellectual
reading.
I love a good book that makes you think.
Oh, those are my favorite.
I just finished Animal Farm.
Love Animal Farm.
And when I tell you the reason that I read it is because of Brittany Broski. She had talked about it on her podcast. And I was like, I don't want to read it. And then I kept seeing it pop up on like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest. And I was just like, dadgum. Fine, I'll read it.
Fine, I'll read that Animal Farm.
But when I tell you that book is so good, that story.
Well, see, they required us to read Animal Farm in high school, which I would like. My thing was in high school, it wasn't that I was like a massive reader, but like usually if it was a required read, I did really, really enjoy it. Like 1984.
I'm starting that right now.
Okay, 1984 is I have chill bumps. It's one of my favorite books I've ever read. It's a book that I can read over and over again. But I think it's because I think it was written in the 1940s. We might have to fact check me on that.
Well, look.
But I say fact check me on that. But I'm pretty sure it was in the 1940s. But they wrote it about
right there,
literally. They wrote it about a totalitarianistic government is what I'm trying to say. But it's the phrase of Big Brother's always watching you. And I feel like it's even scarier to read now because like they got access to everything.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, like they really do, and so like Big Brother is always watching. It's like you just said with Animal Farm. I thought about reading it. Brittany Broski talked about it on her podcast, and then before you knew it, it was everywhere on your phone. Like
that's insane. I hate that.
I know.
That scares me.
And I used to crack jokes about it. I used to be like, yeah, my FBI agent's working overtime. And then like I really started to feel that way, and I was like, ooh, I don't like this. Yeah. And even now I say, that's between me, God, and my FBI agent, okay?
Yeah, so George Orwell's it is 1984, written in 1949.
Yeah.
And it is a dystopian novel. I love that.
Yes.
It depicts a nightmarish future where the see, you said it.
I told you. It's
totalitarian.
Yeah.
Italian.
The Italian government.
The total Italians.
The total
Where the total Italian party controls every aspect of life in Oceania, a province of the superstate Oceania.
What?
Oh my God, Oceania's in Oceania.
Mercury's in the microwave again. But yeah, no, he not to ruin it, but to give you bullet points, he starts questioning what it's going to be like if he starts pushing the boundary a little bit and dances on that line. And it's the story of how human interaction starts to become illegal. And like, thank goodness we're nowhere near that point right now. But like yet. But like just knowing that George, first name basis. George wrote this because we were entering into a time where it's like, okay, if we follow this path, this is what we're looking at.
Yeah.
So it's definitely eye-opening.
He really... I don't want to try to say that Animal Farm in 1984 sounds similar, but like the fact of... I don't know. I guess the eye-opening aspect of it all, and the fact of like, oh, this is actually happening, kind of thing. Like that's similar in that aspect. So I guess the way he writes, in all his books, follows that, and I love that because I read Animal Farm and I was like, oh my god, and I literally typed into Chat GPT, thought-provoking thoughts on Animal Farm.
Yeah.
And it said, power corrupts no matter who holds it.
Yep.
2, the danger of blind loyalty.
Yeah.
3, language as a tool for control. 4, fear as a means of manipulation. And 5, the role of the masses in their own oppression.
Yeah.
And I was like, what in the United States? Hey, what in the Florida, UK?
What the Florida, UK? Well, yeah, but I mean, like, it's the same thing with Lord of the Flies.
I haven't even... What is that?
So, Lord of the Flies...
Adding to my...
Yeah.
Adding to my library. Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies.
Okay.
It's... So I don't give too much of a way of it. It's essentially a bunch of kids on an island and chaos ensues. It's
that one?
Yes.
Okay. I will add it.
So, but it's essentially a story about how people will always revert back to human nature, which is top dog eats first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it truly is, because speaking of the United States of America, one thing that I noticed as I get older, and I can't remember who exactly said it to me like this, but I said something about like narcissism in politics. And someone said, well, if someone's going to be running for a position, it might have been my dad, actually. Shout out, Dad.
Yeah, Hottie Stan.
Hottie Stan. We love Jay. But he said, well, to be running for some position in office, someone has to have some level of narcissism to think that they can run that. And it's so true.
It is true, and I hate it.
Me too.
I hate that it is true.
Me too, because I think that we would love to believe that people in places of leadership are humble, and I'm not saying that some of them aren't, but like most of them, whenever you're up that high on a totem pole, there's no way.
When you get a little bit of power, there are some people that take it and they run with it.
Yeah.
Like when I tell you they are drunk on power.
Yeah.
And they don't see anything else.
When people call it a God complex. You know what I mean? Like, we all have it. Like, best believe, I'll be the first to admit, whenever I was in my prime in the hair days and I had my books full and people were coming in and everyone was happy to see me, if you don't think that didn't stroke my ego, I'd be lying to you, honey. And I might be a lot of things, but a liar ain't one of them.
Period.
I ain't gonna lie to you about it. But, like, it was never to the point where I walked into the salon and I was like, I'm better than everyone in here.
Hey, and you could have.
And I could have and I should have. Actually, I'm glad that we reflected on this. I should have believed in myself a little bit more.
Yeah. You should have been self-centered.
Yeah. You know what?
Self-centered 2026.
I was just making plans for next year. It's barely April.
Literally.
We're like, yeah.
The beginning of this year, I was literally like, hey, I'm going to be mean.
You did. Actually, that was one of your New Year's resolutions. You were like, I'm going to be a little bit meaner this year. I was like, okay.
I was like, I'm not going to stand for anything this year.
And you haven't.
I really haven't.
You really haven't. I'm actually very proud of you.
Like, there have been people, sorry to take it away from the
No,
books.
oh my gosh, take it away from the books.
But it's like, to jump on that, it is like,
Yeah.
I quite literally, there have been people in my life now that like, they don't reach out to me. I ain't reaching out. Sorry, hun.
Mm.
My time and my attention is worth way more than you could possibly afford.
Right. Well, here I am giving it to you for free.
Period.
I'm giving you.
We just high-fived.
We high-fived. But like, that's my thing is like, if I'm giving you access to a good friendship, to tons of giggles, to Taco Bell runs.
Exactly.
You guys didn't get to see that, but we ate Taco Bell at the beginning of the episode.
Sad times.
Sad times you didn't see it. We really stuffed our faces, and it was great.
Hey, it was good.
It was really good. I don't think you or I had anything left over. I think we ate like the whole
Nope,
thing.
I did.
I did too. But no, it's whenever people, I feel like, take advantage of that, because it's different. Like if you meet someone and you guys kiki once or twice, you guys decide you want to be full blown friends, and they fall off the face of the earth. That's not that big of a deal because it's a new friend. But like if it's someone that like I've had an active friendship with
for years,
and then you start slipping a little bit,
I'm gonna reach out a couple of times. Like I'm gonna cast that line, like I'm fishing. And after a couple times, if I ain't got no bites, I'm reeling in and I'm going home.
Right.
Like, I'm not doing that. And I will say, like, that is why I'm so grateful for theater. Like, I mean, I met you.
Oh.
And I met so many people at Cotton Hall. I forgot the name.
At Swamp Gravy.
At Swamp Gravy. But I met so many good people there. And that constantly reach out. And I will say, like, this last cast of Grease that I was in with,
right,
we still talk.
Yeah.
Like, it has been coming up on 2 weeks now. We're still active in group chats. We've already hung out once outside after the play, and we're already planning others. And we're planning this thing where we start seeing each other every month.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it feels so good to have a group that you can enjoy mutual things and do your own thing. That's what I like about our friendship. Because we can sit there and not talk to each other for a week and then pick up right where we left off.
Right. But I feel like that's what it's about. Like my friend Jess. Shout out Jess. I know she's listening. Hey Jess, I hope you're having a good day.
We love you, Jess.
We love you, Jess. She called me the other morning, and it had to have been like 8 o'clock my time. 8:30. She called me and she said, I'm starting off the day today feeling really grateful. And I just wanted to call and tell you, like, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being such a good friend to me. And, you know, it's been a joy to get to see you grow as a person. Because, I mean, Jessica met me right before the darkest time of my life happened. And she's been there, like all the time. Like, I could call Jess and be like, hey, and she'd be like, it's okay, girl. Breathe, we got it. Like, you kind of dumb for doing that, but, you know, keep going. But she's one of those friends where, like, I definitely don't get to see her as much as I get to. Best believe we are updated on each other's lives and our kids' lives, and, you know, we send snaps every day.
That's one thing that I will send snaps to my friend. Like, I have streaks with a lot of my friends, and it's just like, I don't look at them. Honestly, like, my best friend, I've known her since 2nd grade, and she's pinned at the top because I'm like, she's one person that I'm gonna open her snaps every time she snaps me, because we've had, I don't know, we've been through it all. Like, when I tell you we've known each other 18, 19 years.
Yeah.
And still going strong. I mean, we had a moment where we kind of grew apart, And that's okay, because that's life happens, and you have to self-reflect. You have to have time to look inward and really understand yourself before you can really understand another person.
Yeah.
And I think we were both at that point in our life where we were going through so much that we were like, you know what? Let me.
Right, but like, let's also acknowledge the fact that like, that's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, like you said, you guys have been friends for 19, 20 years. I haven't met anyone that enjoys being around the same person every single day for 19 to 20 years, and then can say, that person has always been this person. Because I have a best friend, we're 23 days apart.
Mm-hmm.
Yin and yang. That's my girl for life.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Lindsay. Love, love, love her.
Mm-hmm.
Love her. Would do anything for her.
Also, shout out Leanne. That's who I was talking about.
Oh, Leanne and Lindsay. Shout out you guys.
Leanne's a listener. I love her. I love her.
Hi, Leanne. Thanks for tuning in. But those relationships are so important, because I think we're also really lucky to be two people that have that. Because I feel like there are some people out there who are like, well, I don't have any friends from my childhood, but I feel like also with the area we grew up in, because I know we grew up a little bit apart from each other, but I feel like our hometowns are really similar in the aspect of like, once you love someone and you become friends with them, you're going to love them for the rest of your life. Like, you're always going to show up for them.
And that's the kind of person that I am, because I was raised that way. It's just, like, even if somebody does me wrong, if they were to call me and need help, I'm still going to go out of my way to help them. Like, you could drag my name through the dirt and still call me and be like, hey, I'm in a horrible spot, and I'm going to do everything I can to help you out.
Yeah.
Because that's just the person I am.
Same. Well, and I'm also that person where it's like, one of my favorite phrases to say whenever I'm mad at someone is I'm like, they could be on fire, and I wouldn't spit nor pee on them to put the fire out. You know what I mean? Like, whenever I'm really mad, I'll say stuff like that. And then if they were to call me like 3 hours later, they're like, hey, my tire blew out. I'm on the side of the road. Like, it's really scary. I'd be like, well, fine. I'm on the way to help you change your tire, and I'm YouTubing how to do it. Because I know nothing.
I'm asking ChatGPT.
But I'm at least gonna come over and make you laugh while we wait on the tow truck. Like, because that's how I hope that people also care about me. Mm-hmm. Like, if I'm in one of my phases of, okay, she's a little off her rocker, but Lord love her and so do I.
Hallelujah.
Like, hallelujah, amen.
We love friends. We love hottie friends.
We do, and here's the thing. It's really, hey, this just in. It's really not that hard.
It's not that hard to be a good friend.
It's not that hard to be a good friend.
Hey, all you have to do is answer a text.
Hey, and you know what? All you have to do is be honest.
Literally. Hey, all you have to do is show up.
Literally, and guess what? If you don't want to show up, all you gotta do is say it. All you gotta say is, hey, no.
Hey,
thank you so much for your invite, but
not today.
Not today.
Yeah.
And that's not a personal hit. Mm-mm. That's not. I'm not gonna wear that and be like, they don't want to hang out with me.
I would.
They're not my friend. Well, no, like
I would.
No, but I'm saying like, I would do that if someone did that to me at the last minute.
Okay, yeah.
Like, if we had plans for like a week.
Fair. Yeah.
And you don't tell me till Saturday morning that you can't meet Saturday at lunch, then I'm going to be mad.
Oh, 100%.
Then I'm going to be affected, because that means I had an entire week to make plans with another friend that I've been trying to catch up with, and you've now ruined my schedule on Saturday, all because you didn't want to be honest with me about not having time prior. And it's like, I understand things happen.
Yeah.
Things come up. But, like, if you're just being lazy.
No.
And you're canceling on me. No. Clear. No. Don't do that, honey.
I just, it's literally, hey, it's free.
Right.
Being a good friend is free. Hey, you don't have to pay anything. Hey, I'm not a subscription. You could pay me.
Right. And if you want to, we'll put our Venmos below.
Yep. 100%.
We'll let you know how you can reach us financially. But yeah, no, I think it's important just to know that, like, reaching out to your friends and being present, or let's also do the opposite. If your friends notice that you're a little out of it lately, and they text you and they say, hey, I'm just a little worried about you, it's okay to tell your friends, like, hey, I'm just
Thinking
mentally going through it right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just...
Hey, I'm not doing the best.
I'm not doing the best. Thank you for noticing. Whenever I'm ready to talk about it, I totally will. But you reaching out means a lot. It's as simple as that.
It's simple. It's literally just a text.
Yeah. So, everybody, right after you diddle that like button.
Right after you diddle on that subscribe button.
Go ahead and text your friends. Or text a couple of your friends and be like, hey.
Somebody that you hadn't talked to in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Or somebody that you talked to yesterday. Somebody that you talked to an hour ago.
Right. Just let them know. Just be like, hey, you're a really great friend, and I really appreciate it. You ain't got to get mushy about it.
No. All you got to do is say, hey, love you.
Right. Or text them, appreciate you.
Yeah.
Or
like a hand heart.
A hand heart, and then be like,
or just like, hey, thinking about you.
I do love a thinking about you text. I'm like,
I used to message my friends, like, I'd get in this like whole mindset headspace where I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, I love my friends. And I'd text them like,
yeah, no, I can't tell you how many times I've because I drive a lot. I'm always on the road. And either I'll hear a song that makes me think of a friend, or I'll just have a moment. Like, how we, take those moments of, a little bit of reflection, and we're like, wow, I used to be so sad.
Yeah.
And now I feel so much better. I'm just so grateful for everyone around me for sticking that through with me.
Yeah.
And I will not hesitate to text my friends and be like, y'all put up with some real shit.
I love y'all.
I love y'all.
I love y'all today.
Literally.
Hey, shoot me.
Hey, you know what? And I feel myself feeling the need to apologize for past me. And then I remember that while they appreciate my apology, they want to see me offer that apology to that version of me.
Yeah.
Ugh, and that one stings because they're like, why are you apologizing to me? You made those decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I loved you through it, and yeah, I thought it was stupid. But thank you for your apology, but apologize to the younger you. And you're like, aw.
And they hold you a mirror up. Aw.
Mirror on the wall. Who's the dumbest bitch of all?
I'm not even gonna get into the new Snow White movie.
Oof.
That'll be next episode.
Ooh, because we need to talk about that. Because that girl said some stuff, and Disney said, let's not promote this as much.
Yeah.
Let's reel it in. And I see what she was trying to do with it. But at the same time, not a Disney movie.
All right, hotties. You know what you should get into? Loving your friends.
Aw, love your friends.
And
your friends love you.
And the Lively Baldoni case.
Y'all, get into the Lively Baldoni case. I promise I'll keep everybody posted on it.
As you should.
New things coming out every single day, and you're like, this woman needs a muzzle. Someone needs to put a muzzle on Blake Lively. Someone needs to take her phone away. It's bad. And I know Baldoni he's going to have so much money after this. Because the reason the movie didn't do that great is because they released Blake Lively's version because of everything she did. And everyone was like, this movie sucks.
Sure.
It sucks.
Okay, so before we end, what is your hyperfixation of the week?
Besides that case?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something that's not super weird. But I feel like I'm super weird.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Hyperfixation of the week. The Morbid podcast.
Oh, yes.
I shout out Morbid. I love Morbid so much, but they're starting to do more history episodes.
Ooh, I love history.
Yeah.
I haven't listened since, sorry guys. I was literally about to just out myself for not listening. I do love the Morbid podcast.
Yes.
But I have been listening to music a lot. But I think the last episode I listened to was the Gabby.
Yeah.
Petito?
Yeah, Petito.
That case. And it was when she was missing. So that's been a year or two.
Ooh, yeah.
I think it was.
I say that. No, that. I mean, that had to be like
2 years.
2021, 2022.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've been off.
Sneaking off on like 3 years.
Off.
Listen, the cases they cover, you would never hear about them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're insane.
Hey, and I reached out to them.
hey, and I commented.
Cause Cottonelle got some crazy stories.
How about this? Before we continue hyperfixations, why don't you tell the listeners what you decided to drop on me in your car? What did you do?
Hyperfixation of the week is Netflix golden ticket. I signed me and Abby up for a competition show on Netflix without her permission. But I don't need it.
Without me knowing.
Hey, I told her 10-20 minutes before we started recording.
We're just driving down the road and he was like, "Oh yeah!
By the way,
I signed us up for a competition show." I said, "I hope it's not athletic. I hope it's not sports."
God, I hope not.
They would look at me and they would say, "Okay, so
now,
for $1,000, give me 10 burpees." I'd say for $2,000, let me walk.
Hey, how about I give you 1,000?
I came on this show to give you the gift of gab.
Hey.
And that's getting me nowhere.
Hey, you want me?
Hey, you know what? I have a gun.
But it's based off of Willy Wonka. So if we walk in there, if we get cast in this and we walk in there and there's not a land full of candy, I'm pulling out a gun.
Oh, honey, if they cast us, we're pulling up first day dressed like Oompa Loompas.
Stop.
Doopity-doo.
Stop. Because what if I show up in a full Willy Wonka costume and...
I'm Charlie.
You're Grandpa Joe.
I love that. Wait.
You're the golden ticket.
I'm the golden ticket. That's what I'm about to say. But like Miley Flowers video.
Ooh,
yeah. Like you're Willy Wonka-ing it up.
Willy Wonka.
I look like a Grammy. Yeah, I look like a Grammy in person.
Oh, 100%.
Right. I like this plan. So yeah, we're gonna Netflix. We're coming for you.
Netflix, answer my email.
Now.
Answer my application, please.
But I think it's also funny because you also pointed out how like you didn't try very hard in the application process.
It was like, why would y'all make a good selection? I said, we're iconic.
One more
question mark. Not even period.
Iconic.
Question mark. Like,
why are you asking me
do I have
that?
to add more?
What more do you need from me?
Exactly. So Netflix, reach out. Reach back out.
We're waiting for it.
Exactly. All right, this will do for this episode.
All right.
Love y'all.
We love y'all so much.
And get in, text your friends.
Hey, tell them you love them.
Hey, I'll find your address.
Hey, I already did.
Hey, guess what? I have your IP address. Hey, I know your mother.
Hey, guess what? We see where you are, and we on the way.
Hey, nice comforter set. What is that? Hello Kitty?
Ooh, I love those,
Just stops. I love those.
Well, the thing I was trying to say, I was gonna say curtains, but I caught myself saying blinds.
I love those blurtins.
It was coming out blurtons.
I love those blurtons.
But I was thinking about curtains, and in my brain I saw curtains, but it was saying blinds, and I was like, no, those are,
Oh.
no, they're both, they have to do with windows.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like your curtains. I'm gonna go home now. Gruel.
But yeah, text your friends. Love you.
Love you.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.